In this part, we're going to be doing Team Rocket's hideout. But first, I'm going to want to go and get the Red Gyarados. Why wouldn't I do that before going through a major, particularly difficult part of the game? That would be stupid. Anyway, it looks weird being red. Well, unless you've seen it before. It's a bit weird actually seeing it not red for me. Yeah. So you want to catch this and save before you fight it, so if you kill it or run out of the balls to throw, then you can still restart and try it again. Anyway, talk to this person, he's Lance, and he, spoiler, is going to be the last, well, yeah, he's the last person of the Pokemon League, the Elite Four. Here is a Bitterberry, which isn't very good because I can't pronounce it weirdly. I caught a Noctowl because it's a flying Pokemon and I'm going to want to use Fly when I get it, so I can go to places easily. I'm just going to switch some Pokemon out. I want the Gyarados out, so I got it out. I need it out to do this. Anyway, this is the Rocket Hideout. Basically, it's just loads of fights. You do one battle and you think, yay, I can go heal now, and then straight away another trainer walks up to you and fights you. So be prepared to fight about 9 Pokemon in a row. That is what happens. See, because each person can only have a party of 6, what they did was they made it so you have to fight multiple lots of 3. I don't know if that was 9. Was that only 2 trainers? I'm not sure. But every pillar type thing you get up to, that is when there'll be battles. Let's count them. This is the second trainer. And they have lots of things like Coughings, Grimers, Zubats, and Drowsies. They're the main 4 Pokemon they have. And a Rattata. That one's a bit higher level than the others. Okay, that was only 2 battles. Still, there are lots of battles. Just tons of battles. So many. Now imagine watching this without it being fast forwarded. Anyway, here is a Hyper Potion. And here is another lot of Pokemon trainers. It's not the last lot of Pokemon trainers either. There's a bit more when I go left. So it's like, bleh. But at least you can get this pointless item, which actually is not pointless at all. You can sell it for loads of money, but use-wise, it doesn't do anything. That square bit of flooring, which you'll see when I leave the battle, you can use that to teleport to the beginning. Anyway, there is a weird shaped like flooring, like alternates shadings just below this battle I'm against now. Basically, certain floor parts are a coughing battle, and the fewest you can go on, the fewest battles you can battle to get to the very bottom of this tiling of floor shadedness alteration is 4 battles. So you can either do a load of trainers and get items, or do some coughing battles but not know how many or where to go or anything. If you were to take a perfectly down path, depending on where you are, there is, at the very left, if you go down, there's 4 Coughings. If you go 1 in from the left, there's 4 Coughings. If you go to the centre, there will be 5 coffins, 1 in from the right, 5 coffins, and all the way to the right, 4 coffins. So don't take the centre or second in from the right, and just take a perfectly downwards path, and you'll fight 4 coffins instead of a bunch of trainers. But you have to do it every time you go on that path, so you can either do the trainers once or do the coffins every single time you want to go past that area. Anyway, there's a protein. Proteins are really good, you want to use them. They increase Pokemon stats. At least now I'm not battling groups of Pokemon trainers, I'm just battling one at a time. What you want to do in this place is find out the passwords to stuff so you can get through doors. And then eventually at the end you'll be in the room in the centre, which you saw not for very long, but basically there are a bunch of electrode Pokemon which you gotta battle. And at the end you get rewarded. But you're gonna have to wait until the next part to see what the reward is. Whenever you need to, you should save, because if you die then you lose half your money, which isn't good, obviously, but still, just do it. A Ditto. Dittos are weird, they become whatever Pokemon you're using with all the stats you have. Now I suggest once you battle someone and beat them, you talk to them again, because someone has a password and you want to find it. You have just received a full heal. It's weird listening to music fast forwarded. Anyway, I used the key or the password or something on that door, which allows me to come to this room and fight this person, which is one of the most difficult people in this hideout. See, level 24. That's why it's a good thing to have the Gyarados. Is it Gyarados or Gyarados? And then you can go through there, and that's where we're going to be starting off in the next part.